Hi everyone, welcome back to Move with Sherry. It's been a little while. I've had a little break of providing these Pilates workout for you all, but I'm back. We're here in a different setting because I'm on a working holiday. Well, enough of that little background intro. Let's get on into it. Take a nice seat on your mat or carpet, and let's do a couple of breaths here while seated. One hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. Let's breathe into the belly, breathe into the chest. Inhale through the nose, exhale out. As you take these deep breaths, really ground in and just prepare yourself back into your body for this movement. Take one last breath and let's get into some spinal movement before we lay down. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, scoop at the belly, round the back of the shoulders. Inhale, then let the chest open, your sternum lift towards the ceiling. I love this movement, especially if you're feeling sticky in your back. Use the breath to initiate the movement. Exhale in. Inhale, open. Exhale, scooping the belly, round the shoulders, and inhale, opposite extension. And then once you've done a couple of those, you can lay down on your mat or carpet or comfortable space, and let's just start with printing. Printing is amazing. It's also a great way to feel grounded and back into the body. You can close down your eyes here and just start to feel what is touching the surface of the floor, the back of your head, back of shoulders, back of hips, and the bottom of your feet. While we're here, let's take those deep breaths again as well. We've done a couple already to open up our breathing ways. So as you inhale, let the sides of the ribcage expand. As you exhale, just let it deflate. Inhale, feel the sides of the ribcage opening outwards. Exhale, release. From here, let's start to do our little pelvic tilts. We are just imprinting your lower back into your mat and then bring those hips back to neutral. You have options whether to bring your hands on your hips or keep them placed on the floor by your side. Using the breath, the abdominals to draw those hip bones back. Inhale, release, back to neutral. After you've done a couple of those, we're moving on into our warm up, our chest lift, our pelvic curl, Oh boy, I could start all over again, but let's keep on going. We are rolling those hips back into that imprint position and then pressing your feet into the floor, roll up into a bridge. Exhale to melt your spine, let one vertebrae at a time meet the floor until you come back into neutral. This is such a good exercise to really open and lengthen up the spine. Feel those abdominals engage, coordinate with the breath, start to feel the back of the hips, the glutes, the hamstrings engage. And after you've done the round of pelvic curls, then we'll move on into our chest lift. We want to start with the inhale, exhale to lift up, inhale to lower. Exhale, reaching your fingertips past your thighs, and now we're moving into our progressive. You can start to lift one leg up into tabletop and then back down onto the floor. Have options for you. You can stay within that single leg lift or come up into a tabletop position. Here is more of a challenge to keep those hips stable. Option to bring your hands behind your head here to support the neck. You could play around with each option, see what feels good for you today, and whenever you come back to this, try a different option. See how I'm sliding the ribcage down to your hips, scooping out the belly. It's not about crunching, it's more about lengthening that spine, scooping out the belly. Beautiful. We're moving on now into our spine twist. Bring those hands out a little bit wider to broaden the base. The breath is different here. We are inhaling as we lower the knees to one side, and then exhale using the abdominals obliques to bring the hips and legs back to center. You want to keep the back of the shoulders planted down into the floor. So it's really about the rotation through the waist. This one again is another really nice movement exercise for the spine and for those abdominals. Bring everything back to center. After one more round on each side. Using the breath. And then hands back by your side. Now we're moving on into our abdominal work and single leg extension. So you can go back to the single leg lift with just tapping your toes on the floor if that works better for you. If you want to increase that abdominal challenge, increase the lever range, let's extend that leg now nice and long. Again, option to have your hands reaching past your thighs or hands behind your head to support the neck. Same thing as the chest lift. We're sliding the ribcage down, scooping out the belly. Keep thinking of lengthening that upper torso here. Going for another round. And let's hold it up and stay here for 9 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Let's build up our endurance. Stay in there for another 3. We've got this in 2 and 1. Let's bring it all, hug those knees into your chest. We're moving straight on into double leg extension now. So option here, you can have hands down on the floor or reaching just past your thighs. Scoop it in, head to, relax, repeat. Lift that chest, extend those legs. Now you can see there's a little bit of movement in those hips, but you want to hold that neutral spine. That round was a little bit better for myself. And then for our final challenge, let's extend those arms, circle and back in. So the head can touch the floor or hover. Again, you can play with your range here. It's progressive. So again, do which variation works for you. Today, we don't want that arch of that lower back as you extend the arms and legs. Scoop in the belly. If your lower back is arching, bring it in. Either lessen the range. Let's hold it here for 5, 4, 3, option to reach those hands, another 2, and bring it in 1. Whew. Take a quick breath. Let's move on to our crisscross. So reaching one hand into the knee, the outside hand to your shin. Keep going here. We're only here for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go into scissor kick or hamstring pull. So I've got a double exhale out and change. Exhale, exhale, change. Exhale, exhale, inhale, change. Good, keep going. This is our endurance here. You can also keep the leg bend if you haven't got that flexibility or range yet. It's all right. We're here for another 3, 2, 1. Whew. That's it. All right, guys, let's move on to our hundreds. We're scooping up. We're breathing in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not here forever, I promise. In, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last round. I'm losing my breath, even speaking it. And then you can bring it in. Oh, I'll do a breakdown of 100 in another video, but that should get those abs so heated and warm. Let's just go for a nice roll up rocking chair to give your spine a massage into the floor and come into seated for some side body, side reach stretch. So you want to come up into a cross-legged position. If the cross-legged doesn't work for you, you can have your legs out nice and straight. You start with a tilt, trying to bring that bottom elbow to the floor. Tilt, bottom elbow to the floor, and then extend the opposite side of the body, the lateral side. Giving a nice lengthening from the hip to the top of the arm. Use the breath as well here. Exhale to reach. You really want to press that opposite hip down. So you got that nice opening of the side of the body, side of the rib cage. If you want to add on, you can go for a little scoop here. Or you can just continue on with the simple side reach. As you lower one elbow, you pick up and then scoop that top arm in, scooping into that side. You feel those obliques engaged, but also feel the back. Have a nice lengthening and opening. Again, this feels so good, especially if you're really tight in the shoulders and your back. Just a nice release. Let's do one more round. Remember to take those deep breaths in, exhale, breathe in, and come on up. Awesome. Let's come back down to the floor. To do that, do a nice little roll down. Reach your hands up, And then scoop in the belly, feel that lower back press into the mat, reach your hands back. Ooh, make sure you don't have furniture in the way. If you do, just have a little shuffle. Go for a nice spine stretch and then lengthen. So let's roll on down. Think of scooping in the belly first, lower back imprint, then extend. Think of sliding the ribcage down, scoop up the belly, reach, 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 reach. If you have trouble and finding that smoothness is in lifting, which many of us do, it's a challenge. You can also use a nice little cushion behind your back to support you as you lift on up. Lengthen the spine. A nice spine stretch and abdominal work here. And then we'll go for one more round here. Ooh, struggling after all that abdominal work. It's alright, we'll get to rest down soon. Scoop it in, laying down, find that smooth control. And let's get started for our side lying leg work. So we're going to lay down all the way onto our bottom arm, really anchoring down on that bottom arm. Even in our side lying work, you want to think of lifting up out of the waist, and let's glue those inner thighs together, lifting up both legs. Now I've brought my feet more forward, diagonally forward, so that you can rest on that bottom hip. Again, if you have any trouble with that bottom hip, you can get a nice cushion or a t-shirt. Let's go for our adduction. We're lifting the top leg and lowering. Option to reach that top arm for that torso stability, abdominal control, or keep it down, pressing into the floor for balance. Now we're going into our abduction. That bottom leg meets the top leg. Feel that inner thigh lengthening and lifting and giving that top leg a kiss. And then bring it down. Hold for a moment. And then both legs splits down. Now the bottom leg is going to stay anchored on the floor. Keep lifting up out of the waist. For our kick, you go for 2 exhales and inhale, bring it back. Exhale, kick, kick. Inhale, draw it back. Exhale, pulse, 1, 2. Inhale out. Exhale. Inhale back. Exhale. Inhale, reach back. Keeping that stability in the torso here. Beautiful. Now we're going for top leg circles. You want to dissociate from the hip, so isolation. Feel that thigh bone rotating through that hip socket. 5 in each direction. Here we go again. 4 in the other direction. 3, 2, and 1. It's harder than it looks, especially holding that torso stability. I'm going to lie onto prone onto our tummies and just do 2 prone breaths here. So as you inhale, press your belly button into your mat or floor. Exhale, let the belly button pull away from the floor. After a couple of rounds of those, let's go into our basic back extension. This is so good again for opening up the chest and strengthening those shoulders. Inhale to lift, reach your fingertips back. Exhale to lower. Inhale, extend and lengthening. Think of lengthening the top of the head and the spine rather than lifting. So lengthening. Belly button is pulled away from the floor. You can give this a little hold and then lower back down. Moving on, we're going to our single leg kick. So pressing your palms and forearms into your mat. Make sure you're lifting up the belly. If this is giving you any trouble in your lower back, come back down to the floor. Head can be down on the floor. Doing a double pulse here, you can draw the heel towards your glutes. Inhale, exhale. This is a nice opener up for the front of the hip and engagement into your hamstrings. Even out on both sides. Still keeping that strength, engagement in the core and the upper body. And then we lower down. Give yourself a little moment to ease out the back, and then we come back into our child's pose, rest position. Let the spine lengthen, let your body reset, because we will repeat the side lying leg work on the other side. So again, lying down on that bottom arm, lengthening the legs, bring those feet slightly diagonally forward. Make sure you can lengthen the back of your spine and core is engaged. Again, if you feel like this is too painful in your hip, make those adjustments. You can even bring that bottom leg down onto the floor. Option to reach the top hand for that balance challenge. And let's go for our abduction, lower leg, lowering and lifting towards the top leg, feeling those inner thigh work. Here for not long, only 2 more, and 1, have a little hold, and let's go for the kick. Lift that top leg at hip height, we exhale, draw it back and inhale. So trying to keep that core stable, that torso stable as much as possible. Exhale, forward. Inhale, use the breath to assist. Inhale, draw it back. Really anchoring that bottom leg here helps. After this, we go into those leg circles. So bring the leg back into your hip alignment. Circling back for 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go in the other direction. Again, trying to associate the movement from your hip. Torso is stable, core is engaged. Here for another 2 and 1. Ooh, we're going to lie back onto our tummies, prone, to go into some more extensive back work. Again, if this is too much for you, you can go back to the basic extension like we did earlier. If you want to try this challenge, try and bring one palm on top of the other in the middle of your shoulder blades. My shoulders are tight so they don't go up as high. We want to bring both legs in for a 3 pulse, then lift up, reach your fingertips down to your heels. Pulse, 2, 3, and then lift and lengthen. Inhale, bring it in. 2, 3, and then exhale. If you feel this in your lower back, go back to the basic leg extension, back extension or into that single back kick. Give us a go. Option to go into that flex foot position. 1 more round here, and exhale, reach back, feeling the opening up. Oh, my shoulders are sticky here, but it's so good, energizing the back, the shoulders. And then lift on up. Let's go into our swimming kicks. You can start in that forearm position or go straight away to arms extended. Again, progressive option for which one you want to go for. We're here for 10 more seconds here. Swim and kick it out. 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep kicking faster for another 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 more, and bring it down. Ooh. Nice little quick cardio moment. Let's come on up. We are almost done. We're coming into our support work, full plank work. After a couple of breaths in that child's pose, let's come into our 4-point kneel. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips. Let's tuck on the toes. We're going to start with knee hovers, lifting up the knees and lowering. Lift on up and lower. Use the breath here. Let's exhale to lift, scooping in the belly. Inhale to lower. 1 more. And then bring your hips back. Let's go into a plank position. Send your feet back. Make sure shoulders are over the palms, over your wrists. Feeling everything here engaged, the legs, the core, the arms like pistols. And then lift those hips up into a pike. Option to stay in your front support in that plank if that works for you. Holding the pike if you're there with me. And we're coming down into your plank. So we're going for a little combination. Send the hips back into plank, lift up to pike, back to plank, then bring the hips back to the glutes, send it back to the plank, up into the pike, back to plank, bring those glutes down to the heels. Let's go again to the plank, pike, feeling the strength in the legs and the upper body. Everything is working here. That's it. Lift up into pike, plank, and hold. Bring the knee down for a quick reset. Let's go into our side plank. You have 2 options here. You can go into the forearm, option 1. Have that top leg in front and the bottom leg behind, lifting up. Think of lifting the waist, the side of the body. Option 2, into your full plank. Bring your palm onto the floor. Press up out of the legs. The top side of your waist lifting up to the ceiling, top hand. And just looking forward or looking down towards the floor, just where it feels comfortable for your neck here. We're holding here for a little while. Come back to the front plank, front support for a little reset. And then bring those knees down. Switch it over straight away to the other side. Remember, option one you have is the forearm plank. Lifting up and lengthening out of the left side or right side, depending which side you're facing me. Both sides are at work here. Bring that bottom hand down and let's lift on up into your side plank, whichever one you are in. Hold here for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back. Take a moment just to feel everything back into your center. Even it out both sides. And then 1 knee at a time. Bring it down. Child's pose, rest position again. Plank work is tough, it is challenging, so be kind to yourself. If you didn't get it today, you can always come back and practice again. Alright, we're on our final challenge. We are going into teaser. We'll start with rocking, so hold underneath your hamstrings or calves. So you're going to rock through your spine and up, so a little bit like our rolling before. But the challenge now is to come up onto those sit bones and balance. You've got to scoop out that belly and then feel that abdominal engagement. The shoulders are also working here, so as you lift, the arms and shoulders are engaged. Everything's engaged, you'll find that balance. Woo. All right, so let's go into our teaser prep. So keep those legs in tabletop. You want to imprint your lower back into the floor and then scoop out the belly and bring your chest towards your legs. If this is too challenging for you today, you're not feeling it, you can go into our other option. A regression is to have feet on the floor and lift one leg up to tabletop. This is strong abdominal work, so whichever option you do, you are going to get good abdominal work. Final option, full teaser. Legs are extended. Reach your hands behind, scoop in the belly. Try and bring your chest towards your thighs. This one I struggle with. I'm still working on it, but the aim is to keep the legs where they are. It's your upper torso lowering and lifting. Oh yeah. Hold here for your final 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees into your chest. And you did it, guys, we're done. So a short, spicy, progressive flow of exercises. No standing work today, which was good. So this is a nice one to come back to if you really want to work on that core strength and side, front, plank work. Alrighty, just to bring us back onto our sitting position, just take a moment to close down the eyes. Feel all that energy from your tailbone to the top of your head, from the shoulders, arms, hips, down all the way to your feet. Take a couple of breaths. Reach your hands up to the ceiling, bring your hands to your chest, and give yourself a round of applause. Well done, guys. Thank you for joining me for this workout. I hope to see you again soon. Let me know how you went.